All right, so we got to talk about this, y'all. There is a special election going on in Tennessee right now, in a certain district, and it is for a congressional seat. And you have Afton Bain, who's basically a lefty, a real lefty, like a Democratic Socialist type lefty, up against a Republican. And understand something: this is a Trump plus 22 district that we're talking about here. So this is not supposed to be remotely competitive. This is supposed to be a fucking cakewalk for the right, no matter what kind of a year it is. Good year for Republicans, bad year for Republicans, or anything in between. This is supposed to be anywhere from, a Republican plus 12 victory to a Republican plus 32 victory, right? That's what it should be. Well, because Trump has so thoroughly destroyed the country, inflation's going up, unemployment's going up, there's warmongering happening all over the fucking place. Innocent people are being sent to concentration camps. The corruption is out of control. Because of all of that, there's a real race. It is a real race. So Afton Bain is the name of the Democrat, and she went on CNN here. But before I even play it, like I said, this election is happening now. So if you happen to be in her district in Tennessee, your ass better get the fuck out there and vote, man. You better run to the polls to go vote for Afton, because we need this. We need this. This is a big deal. If she wins, it would be a big deal, y'all. It really would be. The most likely scenario, if I'm being honest with you, is she overperforms, but she still ends up not winning. I'm just being honest. That's what all the conventional wisdom would say. Since it's a Trump plus 22 district, if she ends up losing by like 8 points or less, then she still ran a hell of a race, right? That's the conventional wisdom of it. But we'll see. Can she pull off an absolute miracle? We will find out together. But she goes on CNN here, and you have the host, I think it's Manu Raju, trying to play gotcha a little bit by bringing up a fucking dumbass Trump quote to her face. But she handles this masterfully. Watch this.
Tomorrow, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is holding a tele-rally for you. Are you in line with her ideologically?
Like I said, I think that there is a strain of the Democratic Party that cares about holding corporations accountable and lowering costs for working families. And my politics are in alignment of that. As a state legislator, I've worked to eliminate Tennessee's regressive grocery tax. As an organizer, I work to make healthcare more affordable in the state of Tennessee. And so I think those are the Democratic leaders and candidates that I really resonate with, are those that are trying to lower costs for working families.
In other words, yes, bitch, I align myself with AOC insofar as that means let's take on the corporate criminals and let's lower prices for people. Let's make this country affordable again. How about that? And the corporate criminals and the billionaires, they're the fucking problem, and we're going to stand up to them. Loki laid the smackdown on Manu Raju real quick, but then it gets even better. Here we go.
And so I think those are the Democratic leaders and candidates that I really resonate with, are those that are trying to lower costs for working families.
Yeah, because Trump has been calling you, quote, the AOC of Tennessee. So, I mean, aren't you just feeding into that narrative by appearing with her?
Like I said, we're really grateful for the support across the political spectrum. And if you and for your listeners, the Teletown Hall also features former Vice President Al Gore, who is a Tennessee legend. So I look at it as iconic that you have Democrats from all political stripes joining in on this moment and saying, we are standing up to what is happening in Washington, and we want to be part of the solution rather than the problem.
Like, stop and think about it. Would Manu Raju ever ask that question? Like, Afton Bain, did you know that Hakeem Jeffries is supporting you? Are you sure you want to accept that? Like, you're giving Trump ammunition because Hakeem is very unpopular. Or same thing with Chuck Schumer, for example. They would never do that. Even though Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are way more fucking unpopular than AOC, whose brand with Democrats is very fucking good. They're trying to rally the troops. They are trying to get the base out to vote. They are trying to get every single Democratic voter to the polls. Of course you should have a Democrat who's way above water and popular with the base, and not somebody like Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer. But if Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer endorsed her, he wouldn't ask like, oh, how could you do a town hall with Hakeem Jeffries? Isn't that easy ammunition for Trump? Look at the framing. It is right-wing framing through and through that, oh, your affiliation with AOC is probably going to hurt you. Based on what? All you fucking idiots were also saying that there's no way Zoran could beat Andrew Cuomo, and look at him now. All of you idiots acted like Zoran was some fucking psychopath extremist who couldn't fucking win, and not only did he win, he won in the first round, and he won easily, right? So maybe mainstream media brain is fucking stupid, and maybe you don't know what you're talking about, and maybe Trump doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. A guy who's at, 36% favorability rating? And you're going to take his criticisms at face value and pitch them to her as if they're legitimate, as if that's fair game, as if that's fucking reasonable. I mean, what a sick, sick joke. The guy's at 36%. If he slams AOC, if anything, that just makes AOC stronger. That just makes AOC more popular. It's the stupid, like, it's that Pied Piper thing, right? Hillary Clinton in 2016, her and the centrist Democrats wanted Trump to be the nominee of the Republican Party because they thought we would definitely beat him, right? That's what they thought. Turns out they were fucking wrong. Now, by the same token, the right-wing idiots in today's day and age are so stupid that they don't realize that Zoran is a much better political juggernaut than any centrist idiot. Fucking AOC is a much better political juggernaut than any centrist idiot, right? And so they think, oh, the AOC of Tennessee, that'll scare people away. Meanwhile, what's Afton Bain doing? She's out here living her best life talking about affordability. She's out here living her best life talking about breaking up monopolies. She's talking about ending the corruption. She's talking about higher wages. She's talking about real-world issues. She's talking about releasing the Epstein files, right? So I love this clip. She absolutely laid the smackdown on Manu Raju. You love to see it. I just hate how CNN is so fucking nutless that in an attempt to do the both sidesism and the false equivalence and like the we're down the middle shtick, they end up just taking a stupid Trump talking point and pitching it to her as if that talking point makes sense. Like, oh, this is the part where you're supposed to denounce AOC and run away from her and hide in the corner. Or how about the fuck not? And how about she says, I'm grateful for my support all across the political spectrum. And yeah, me and AOC agree on lowering prices for people. And Trump is making everything worse. Inflation's going up, unemployment's going up, everything's a fucking catastrophe. Everybody hates him. That's why his number's at 36%. So if there was ever a moment to pull off a fucking miracle, it might be right now. And what you should take away from this is don't fucking run away from these losers and these liars and these scumbags and these fascists and these warmongers and these corrupt goons. When they accuse you of some shit, fucking stand 10 toes down and puff your chest out and say, suck my dick. That's what you need to say to them. You were trying to get me to fucking denounce AOC. Fuck you. How about you're Donald Trump? How about you're Donald Trump? How about you're hiding the Epstein files and protecting a pedophile cabal, you bitch, that you happen to be a member of? And I'm supposed to run away when you make a criticism of AOC? Fuck out of here. God, I hate these people so much. But Afton Bain, everybody, go vote. Go vote if you live in that district. Go vote. Because it would be a political earthquake if she were to somehow take the dub. One more thing. Ryan Grimm posted this. Fascinating look at the dueling ads in Nashville. GOP, Afton Bain is a dangerous radical. Bain, release the Epstein files and lower costs. So here, let's take a look at the dueling ads. This is her ad and the Republican ads. Here we go.
Tennessee's choice, Matt Van Epps versus Afton Bain. Van Epps wants three things. Cuts to health care benefits. More tariffs driving up costs. Tax breaks for billionaires. Afton Bain wants one.
Right off the bat, let me just say, we're 13 seconds into this ad. Fucking beautiful ad. Hard-hitting ad. Correctly pointing out that Republicans are just there to serve billionaires and take away your health care. I fucking love it. Solid as hell.
Thing to lower your costs. She fought to end the grocery tax. In Congress, she'll stand up to both parties to make life more affordable. Want more of the same? That's Matt Van Epps. Want someone who'll fight for you for a change? That's Afton Bain. HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
In Afghanistan, the radicals shot at us. So these radical attacks now, piece of cake.
A very radical person.
On December 2nd, you can stop this radical disaster. The Democrats' radical agenda, opposing tax cuts, pushing higher taxes and higher prices, and new taxes that would crush working families. Tennessee can't afford their radical agenda.
I'm Matt.
So notice, the ad is just, let's lie. That's the ad. Democrats want higher prices. That's just a lie. Her whole campaign is, let's lower the prices. You're just fucking lying. Notice, she tells the truth about them when she says they want to cut taxes for billionaires and that's their focus. That's correct. Factually speaking, objectively speaking, empirically speaking. He fires back, you want higher prices. Totally made up. Republicans are allergic to the truth.
Van Epps. And I approve this message because I'll fight for America. Always have, always will.
I also loved at the beginning of that, like, when I was in Afghanistan. Really? You think in the year of our Lord 2025, that's supposed to be like the fucking easy political dunk that you think it is? That like, a war. I was in war. Like, oh, okay. What the fuck does that have to do with your agenda today? What does that have to do with what your policy ideas are and how you're trying to help people and improve their lives? It's got fucking nothing to do with it. This is just right-wing virtue signaling. War. I was in war.
Eat liberal Afton Bain.
I'm a very radical person.
Bain not only joined and praised defund the police liberals, Afton Bain bragged about harassing law enforcement.
We're bullying the ICE vehicles and state troopers.
The ICE vehicles. In other words, the same people who are rounding up innocents and sending them to concentration camps, and they want you to hate her for that.
Afton Bain supports permanent sex changes for minors.
I ran on protecting trans children.
If we don't...
Oh my God. Look at how fucking gross these people are. She's like, I will protect trans children. They're like, how dare you? You should destroy trans children and ban them from existing. Take away their health care immediately. God, do not give an inch to these disgusting fucks. Here's a picture of her with a drag queen, and there's, look at her, she's not like you.
Vote, they win.
I'm a very radical person.
Vote December 2nd to stop radical liberal Afton Bain. Conservatives for American Excellence is responsible for the content of this ad.
Last year, with prices soaring, politician Afton Bain voted against the largest tax cut in state history. Liberal Afton Bain voted for higher taxes on top of higher prices.
I'm a very radical person.
That's not just radical.
Just lie about everything, bro.
It's stupid. And this year, Afton Bain backed more tax hikes that would cost Tennessee families thousands more.
You do realize you could not get a more dishonest attack because the big bullshit bill that was just passed by Republicans effectively raises taxes on the bottom 90% of Americans and cuts them for billionaires. Trump's tariffs are nothing but a colossal tax hike on the working class, on the bottom 90% of Americans. Every Republican in fucking lockstep supported those tax increases on working people. Now here they are going, this woman who wasn't even in Congress somehow is going to raise taxes on you even though she's running on affordability. They have nothing. They have nothing. Like, if people were forced to tell the truth in politics, you couldn't be a Republican because everything they say is a lie.
Very radical person.
We can't afford radical liberal Afton Bain. So vote by Tuesday, December 2nd. MAGA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
MAGA Inc. Jesus Christ.
I'm Afton Bain. We all know the system is rigged in Washington. Here's how it works. Politicians make it easy for their rich donors, tax cuts for billionaires, and burying the Epstein files, while hardworking Tennesseans get a rough ride by cutting health care for Tennessee families, doubling health insurance premiums, and tariffs that hurt our economy. I'm Afton Bain, and I approve this message. Vote December 2nd to shake up Washington.
God, please, God, let her win. Please, God, let her fucking win. What a phenomenal ad that was. And again, the difference is she's telling the truth and they're lying. She brought up releasing the Epstein files, don't cut taxes for billionaires anymore. Oh my God. God, I hope she wins, man. God, it would be such a political earthquake, and it would really fucking, I mean, I understand that Trump is destroying the country and that in this last election, it went basically as good for Democrats as humanly possible. But can we fucking keep that momentum up and grab a W in a fucking Trump plus 22 district, bro? That would be amazing. That would be astonishing. That would be fucking legendary shit. Then we'd start having that conversation about FDR-era landslide victories where FDR won the presidency 4 fucking times. At his peak, he had 80% of the House and 80% of the Senate were Democrats, right? And this is not even like, this is just based off how horrible the Republicans are, right? But in this instance, Afton Bain seems to be the real fucking deal. I know she's a fan of Crystal. I know she watches Breaking Points. That's a great fucking sign, right? And so you got a real one. You got a real one against a standard billionaire bitch boy, billionaire cuck boy on the other side. Like, what do you want? Another fascist warmonger, right? Is that what you want? Another fascist warmonger Epstein defender? Or do you want somebody who's the real deal, who's going to look out for working people? Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.